Welcome to the He's Got Issues Independent Comics Edition number 114.3. I'm John Cooney here to preview new independent comics being released April 2nd, 2014, beginning alphabetically with Adventure Time, The Flip Side, number 4 of 6. Everything is messed up and it's only getting messier. Finn and Jake find themselves in the middle of a war with no way out. They have to face the battle head on, but what about the flanks? Things are backwards and it looks like it's going to get more twisted as our heroes try to finish the adventure they started. Next we have Dead Letters number 1, Why We Love It. Here at Boom Studios, crime is in our blood. From our comic-turned-feature film, Two Guns, to our critically acclaimed series hit, we've always had a passion for all things noir. Dead Letters is the next step in our exploration of the genre. Why you'll love it? Creators Christopher Sabella of Ghost and High Crimes and newcomer Chris Visions are two fresh voices that are about to take the industry by storm. Don't miss out on a wholly unique take on supernatural noir. What it's about? Sam Whistler wakes up in an unfamiliar motel room dressed in hospital scrubs and his arms wrapped in bandages. He remembers nothing, not how he got there, not where he is, not even his own name. But the goons knocking down his door sure do, and it's going to take every single move in Sam's forgotten repertoire to outrun and outsmart the gang war he's just stumbled into. We've also got Garfield number 24. It's spring again. Everybody knows it's spring again, especially our amazing Garfield team. While Garfield and Odie get into some seasonal shenanigans, Liz decides to spend a lovely spring day with Arlene and meets a fairy princess. Guest artist Miranda Yeo joins the fun as we bring you two more all-new tales of the Fat Cat. Next we have Revelations number 4 of 6. Things are finally coming together for Detective Charlie Northern. With the aid of Vatican lawyer Lucille Pellicci, Northern's investigation has picked up pace and the answers are coming together. Little does Northern know that the closer he gets to the truth, the more desperate others will be to keep the secrets buried. And we have Suicide Risk number 12. Now awake, aware, and pissed off about what's been done to him, the supervillain known as Requiem is looking for answers. There are huge gaps in his memories. He doesn't know how he comes to be in this world he doesn't know, in this life that isn't his. But the mass murderer known as Requiem does know one thing. He wants answers, and there's no one he won't hurt or kill to get them. Not even Leo Winter's family. From Dark Horse Comics, we've got Angel and Faith Season 10 number 1. Angel's work is never done. During his most recent world saving, a part of London was transformed and flooded with magic. Who better to watch over this magical community than Angel? At least that's what he thinks. Meanwhile, Faith starts a new chapter in her life slaying zompires alongside Buffy. Next we have Bad Blood number 4 of 5. Our heroes finally find the information they need, and with the help of their battle-hardened teacher, they learn the art of fighting vampires. But can they overcome their weaknesses to truly fight the monsters that are after them, or will they succumb to the battles raging within? We've also got Edgar Allan Poe's The Premature Burial one-shot. The fear of being buried alive is presented in two horrifying Poe adaptations by Eisner Hall of Fame inductee Richard Corbin. The Premature Burial, and The Cask of Amontillado. Next we have Grindhouse Doors Open at Midnight number 7 of 8. Lace up for the Flesh Feast. Built on the site of a Puritan-era curse, Camp Oneida is better known today for vicious hockey matches and even more intense pie fights. But when the Devil Doll returns to seduce and kill once more, the Oneida hockey girls make with the high sticking. We've also got Itty Bitty Hellboy number 1, 1 for $1 edition. Who is Hellboy anyway? Why does he have such a big hand and what is it used for? Who's weirder, him or his friends? What is the BPRD? And what does Chicken Soup have to do with all of it? All this and more is answered in this premium price debut issue where big things happen to Itty Bitty Hellboy. Next we have Juice Squeezers number 4 of 4. The deadliest bug battle in the history of Weeville is imminent when the Juice Squeezers awaken the dormant horde below Valley May Farms. But what secrets hide below the surface? If he can live through the insect onslaught, the newest squeezer might just find something truly unbelievable. We've also got Lobster Johnson Get the Lobster number 3 of 5. All police resources are shifted to taking down Lobster Johnson after a vicious grenade fight in the New York streets. Meanwhile, bank vaults all around the city are exploding. Lobster knows it's a trap, but justice is not afraid of traps. We've also got Terminator Salvation, the Final Battle number 5 of 12. John Connor's assault on Skynet is met with a devastating counterattack. Controlled by a human serial killer with no loyalty to mankind, the Terminator's deadly mechanical efficiency is now matched with the creativity and pleasure for killing of a murderous psychopath. And we have Veil number 2 of 5. A conjuring doesn't work out as planned and one man's life is in danger. But when you have the powers of the devil at your fingertips, how bad can it get? Double-crossed and angry, the mystery man is on the hunt and Veil is his target. From Dynamite Entertainment, we've got Ash in the Army of Darkness number 5. Everything comes to a head as Ash and Sheila fight their way out of the Darkwood. The Deadites, under the leadership of the possessed wise man, have grown an army twice the size they had before, and this time they're determined to destroy Arthur's castle and retrieve the Book of the Dead once and for all. Next, we have Mark Waid's The Green Hornet number 11. For years, the Green Hornet has been battling criminals and saboteurs and winning by the skin of his teeth. But now his luck's run out because this new foe is one who was created by the Hornet himself. We've also got Red Sonja number 8. The unstoppable warrior is honor-bound to continue on in a king's bizarre quest to find and capture the greatest artisans of the world, whether they want to be found or not. In this unforgettable story, Sonja seeks the finest animal trainer in the world, except he's trained them all for war, with only Sonja to stop them. Next we have Red Sonja and Cub one-shot. Blood will rain down upon the snowy ground as the she-devil with the sword battles her way across the Asiatic land of Katai. In the land of complex family loyalties and death before dishonor, will sharpen steel and the muscle to wield it be enough? We've also got Shadow Year 1 number 8 of 10, now bi-monthly. In the aftermath of his skyscraping battle with Big Gun Maserati, Lamont Cranston hunts for the psychic supervillain who was puppet master to the belligerent mobster, the grotesque and mysterious Dr. Zorn. His pursuit takes him to all corners of the Big Apple, even as the NYPD are just beginning to hear reports of the dark-clad vigilante known only as the Shadow. Eisner Award winner Matt Wagner and artist Wilfredo Torres and Brennan Wagner bring the classic pulp hero's fledgling adventures to life in this blazing hot 10-issue series. And we have Turok Dinosaur Hunter number 3. As dinosaur carnage spreads across the land, Turok and Andar face an even more dangerous enemy, a fangless, scaleless monstrosity that's more ruthless than any other creature on the planet. How will Turok face the onslaught of this new world of horror? Greg Pak and Mirko Kolak bring you an amazing Turok tale you've never experienced. From IDW Publishing, we have G.I. Joe Special Missions number 13, Destro Must Die, Part 4. G.I. Joe brings the fight to Destro, teaming up with an unexpected ally and assaulting Destro's Russian hideout. Scarlet and the Special Missions team hunt down the nefarious arms dealer, but can they find him before Copperback gets their revenge? Next we have Gateway number 404. Jake's quest to find his younger brother who died years earlier takes him deep into the lair of the Dark Souls. In a thrilling confrontation, he will rescue a friend and make a powerful enemy. We've also got Judge Dredd Mega City 2 number 3 of 5. The Law of the Beach. The cameras are on Dredd as he patrols the coastline of Mega City 2, but what happens when disaster strikes at an immigration checkpoint citizenship pageant? And what about the enormous man-eating shrimp that's terrorizing what used to be the California waterfront? Next we have Monster and Madman number 2 of 3. After a brutal journey, the Frankenstein monster arrives in London. The year is 1888 and the area of the city known as Whitechapel is about to become a slaughterhouse. 11 women will be murdered, only 5 will be attributed to Jack the Ripper. Discover the secret history of the Ripper and the Frankenstein monster. We've also got Rogue Trooper number 2. The legend begins. Genetically engineered to wage war on a poisoned planet, the GIs were wiped out during their first deployment against the Norts. But one soldier survived the Court Zone massacre, and his Souther creators want him back, dead or alive. IDW is proud to reintroduce Rogue Trooper in this all-new series. And we have Sinister Dexter number 5 of 7, representing the infamous shrink-wrap storyline. Ramon goes to see a psychiatrist and we get a deeper look into the origin of the 2 deadliest gun sharks on planet Earth, Sinister and Dexter. By the end, we'll need a shrink. From Image Comics, we've got 68 Rule of War number 1 of 4. In a doom-shadowed Cambodia infested with the living dead, CIA Special Agent Delkin Rule and his canine companion Nero stalk a human monster, a neurosurgeon bent on carrying out grisly experiments that turn POWs into vicious instruments of war. In Vietnam, Private Kuan Yam and his ragtag band of survivors battle their way across a murderous no-man's land in a desperate search for a ticket to the skies. The war is over, but the battle for humanity's survival has just begun. Courage will be tested, sanity will be pushed to the breaking point, and the rules of war will be broken. Next we have Apocalypse Allan number 3 of 4. The life of private investigator Allison Carter is complicated enough just preventing the end of the world on a regular basis. But in the midst of her latest case, she gets an unexpected call from her mostly dead ex-boyfriend, who has a tip that may prove helpful or push the world further toward its destruction. Along the way, she encounters a closet troll with a stun gun fetish, a theme park filled with demonic creatures in happy costumes, and unravels a secret that will change her life forever. We've also got Artifacts number 36. Tom Judge and Tilly track down students who used a math equation to open up a portal to the Ancient Ones, featured in The Darkness Rebirth. Former Angelus and Witchblade bearer Daniel Baptiste investigates related murders. Next we have Black Science number 5. Grant discovers the truth about Pillar's sabotage, tearing his team apart just as they're launched into a dimension of mad gravity and violent monkey ghosts. How do you survive insanity when you can't trust anyone around you? We've also got Elephant Men number 55, Picking Up the Pieces, Part 5, The Conclusion. Next we have Field number 1 of 5. A man wakes in a field wearing nothing but his underwear. He's got no idea who he is or how he got there. His only connection to the outside world is a cell phone that receives a mysterious text warning him of impending danger. Danger like Christian, an ex-Bible salesman in the middle of a crime spree fueled by Christian rock, dirty sex, meth, murder, and keeping this underwear-clad nameless and pastless man close by his side. Next we have Invincible Universe number 12. King Lizard's plan has been unleashed and split the Guardians in two. When the smoke clears, will anyone be left to save the day? We've also got Pretty Deadly number 5. It's the ultimate father-daughter showdown as Ginny faces off against death himself in the bloody conclusion to Pretty Deadly's opening arc. Next we have Revival number 19. Edmund Holt is up to something. Dana and her son Cooper having issues about the thing in the woods. Lester is having issues with the thing in the woods. And M, left alone, is looking for new ways to feel something. Anything. Next we have Secret number 7. Endgame. It's taken 15 years of couples counseling, 40 barrels of ink, $6 billion, and a time machine to get to this epic conclusion of Secret, and here it is. The death and resurrection of Steadfast. Someone lives, someone dies, and of course someone loses a finger. Check out the final chapter of this modern spy thriller, Secret number 7, Endgame. We've also got Self-Obsessed one-shot. For fans of his gothic-tinged retail hell graphic novel Not My Bag, Cinna Grace, little depressed boy burned the orphanage, presents a collection of rare and never-before-seen autobiographical strips. Packed with new stories for this edition, Self-Obsessed is packed with quirky and humorous insights about comics, love, dreams, and of course, frenemies. We've also got Shotgun Wedding number 1 of 4. Mike Stone wants nothing more than to marry the woman of his dreams. Denise is smart, sexy, teaches the 2nd grade, and loves Mike more than anything in the world. What she doesn't know that Mike is one of the world's top assassins and was once engaged to a fellow assassin named Chloe. And when Mike abandoned Chloe on their wedding day, she vowed revenge. This April, treat yourself to an issue of Shotgun Wedding each Wednesday. All 4 issues of Minotaur Press's latest miniseries will be released in April, and the covers for all 4 issues connect to form one larger image. Next we have Sidekick number 6. For years, Barry Flyboy Chase has carried the grief and belief that his mentor, the Red Cow, was dead, and the guilt that he could have prevented it. Now Julia Moonglow provides all the proof he needs to know that the Red Cow is alive and well, somewhere. Now comes the task of finding him, and more important still, exacting their revenge. And we have Starlight number 2. Duke McQueen once saved an alien world from destruction, but it happened in a place nobody believes in during a time nobody remembers. Surrounded by memories of his late wife and his happier past, Duke's days as a hero are long gone, or so he thinks. Now a young visitor from the world Duke once saved is coming to him with a desperate plea for help. It's one last chance at adventure for Duke and another chapter to unfold in the ever-expanding Miller World universe. From Valiant Entertainment, we've got Archer and Armstrong number 19, Mission Improbable, Part 3 of 4. Archer and Armstrong elbow in on Bloodshot's home turf. Bloodshot and Hardcore have captured Obadiah Archer and jailed him within their secret compound. But have they trapped Archer, or has Archer trapped them? Attacked from within and with the fighting mad Armstrong ready to break down the doors, Project Rising Spirit is learning the hard way that breaking up Valiant's premier team of conspiracy busters is tough to do. And we've got Quantum and Woody number 9, all new arc. Start reading here. The world's worst superhero team welcomes fan favorite artist Kano of Swamp Thing and Gotham Central aboard to stop the latest scourge on the streets, robots. Eric needs to know he can trust Woody, and that means Woody needs to get a job, open a bank account, sign up for a library card, and do all the things a responsible adult does. But when a new gang of rogue mad scientist supercriminals launches a wave of robo-crime, will Woody stop them or join them? Plus the return of Edison's radical acquisitions. Okay, so that's a look at some of the top independent publishers this week, but there's still plenty of other books out as well, so be sure to check out my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com to see both the Marvel and DC videos for this week, as well as my usual roundup of all my favorites for the week, with a little more depth and insight than you get here. And if you like these videos, be sure to let me know by leaving a comment and subscribing. You can also follow He's Got Issues on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Tumblr to see everything I'm reading as I read it. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.